happiness and pride to welcome you all to this great occasion. Today we have gathered here to send off the winners of the Viksit Bharat Young Leaders Dialogue Quiz Contest who will be representing us at the national level contest. At the outset, I extended my warm and respectful welcome to our respected Honorable Governor, sir. Sir, your leadership, guidance, constant motivation have always inspired the youth of Tamil Nadu. Sir, it is because of your encouragement and heartfelt support that thousands of young people across the state came forward to participate in this prestigious quiz contest in Viksit Bharat Young Leaders Dialogue. Your belief in the strength and potential of our youth has given them confidence and purpose. It is my proud duty to share, sir, more than 4 lakhs young participants from Tamil Nadu actively took part in this contest. This is not just a number, sir, it is a matter of great pride. Because of this remarkable participation, Tamil Nadu stands first in the entire of the country, sir. Our young contestants must clearly understand one thing, the importance of this send-off. So, without sir, it would not be happening that more than 4 lakh participants might be participated in this program. So his guidance, his faith in the youth and his tireless efforts made this great achievement possible. Without his support, we could not have reached this milestone. Sir, we are deeply grateful to you. I wish all the winners great success at the national level. May this program be a grand success. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Stating the Honorable Governor. Thank you, sir.
Of ASL Sports, and as Mr. Senthil Kumar has noted, My Bharat registration was more than 4,20,000. These tracks, there are 4 tracks in it. One is Viksit Bharat cultural track, the other is a challenge track, Design of Bharat, Hackathon for social cause. These are the 4 tracks. Viksit Bharat cultural track, we have taken 30 students. For Viksit Bharat challenge track, we have taken 45 students. Viksit Bharat designing, we have taken 1 student. Hackathon, 5 students. Most of these students are from various institutions and colleges, and we have taken, and these participants are from nearly 30 colleges within Tamil Nadu. Then, sir, for your information, I am submitting you, sir. There was more than 4,20,000 registration in this. Out of that, there was essay competition. In essay competition, 4,150 essays were evaluated by 87 staffs. Out of that, 155 students were called for PPT round. From that, we have selected 45 students from 10 topics. Some of you may be knowing that the topics Make in India, Make for the World, then Bharat Soft Power, Cultural Diplomacy and Global Influences of Viksit Bharat, Building a Future Ready Force for Viksit Bharat, Building a Sustainable and Green Viksit Bharat, Enhancing Productivity through Smart and Sustainable Agriculture, Fit Bharat, Hit Bharat, Innovation with Tradition, Building a Modern Bharat, Making India Startup Capital for the World, Women-led Development, a Key to Viksit Bharat, Youth in Democracy and Government for Viksit Bharat were the 5 topics. From these 5 topics, we have selected 45 students going for Delhi for this National Youth Festival. And today is a special day for us. Without you, this day would not have been a great day for us. Thank you very much, sir. And we extend our cooperation regarding this, and I also expect our students to reach Delhi safely and return back safely with the guidance and governance of our excellency. Thank you, sir.
With the Tamil Nadu state contingent of Viksit Bharat Young Leaders Dialogue, National.
Congratulations to you all. Do you know how important each one of you is? Imagine, we have just heard more than 4 lakhs people participated. So, out of 4 lakhs plus, we have less than 100 that you have been selected. So, what is called cream de la cream, cream of the cream. That is what you are. Do you know why Prime Minister conceived this idea of this youth festival? I'm sure you must be aware. Anyone? What is the idea behind? What is the spirit behind this youth festival for which you are going to take part? In which you are going to take part? Anyone? Yes.
As 12th of January is और विवेकानंद जी का बर्थडे है, जन्मदिन के बारे में हम हर ईयर हम यूथ डे मनाते हैं और हमारा भारत का यह बहुत बड़ी एडवांटेज यह है कि वी हैव the world's largest young population. About 65% of our population consists of younger generation. So they are very productive. By utilizing their knowledge and ideas, we can take our nation to global platforms, and we can, India can be a cultural and innovative hub for the entire world.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You know our country, India, till the beginning of 19th century, till about even 1840-50. 1840-50 means less than 200 years ago. India was the richest country in the world. Indian economy was the largest economy of the world, followed by China. There was no United States of America, there was no Europe. India was the largest economy. And this largest economy, it was not for 1 year, 2 years. Right from the beginning of the Common Era, for almost 1800 years, India was the largest economy of the world. Do you have any doubt? Why? You don't have doubt because governor is saying so or what? You went through the history book? Yes, thank you. 25% was when we were not so doing well, otherwise we used to contribute more than 30% of the GDP. So, how could it be possible? It could be possible only when our society was industrialized, we were producing a lot of goods, exporting it to the world. So we had good base of science and technology. Our people were productive because you do not become the richest country in the world by doing nothing. It was because our country was so developed in every aspect. Our agriculture, when the British came and they studied how was that is agriculture, India's agriculture. Chengalpet area, they conducted a study. Chengalpet and then adjoining areas, 200 villages, as a sample study they did. And you know what was our agricultural production per hectare? Per hectare, we used to produce rice 10 metric ton. 10 metric ton, which is far more than even Japan produces today. That was our agricultural production. We were so efficient in our agriculture. When the British came, 1840, they had brought their iron and steel company, Sheffield. Sheffield was the largest European steel making company. They sent in 1840 1,000 metric ton of iron to Madras port. They wanted to explore the market. They wanted to sell their iron in Indian market. But nobody bought their iron. So the British government asked, why is it that you are not, asked the governor. Those days we had 3 governors in India, Madras, Calcutta and Bombay. So 1,000 metric ton of iron, 1840, they sent it to Madras port, wanted to sell it in this area, in India. They could not sell it, nobody bought it. And when they asked, why is it that our iron is not sold? Then the governor replied, nobody here will buy your iron. Because local people, here iron is made as a cottage industry. Cottage industry. After there were 10,000 plus iron making a small smelting plant all over country. So they said, since they make it locally, who will bear the transportation cost taking all the way from Madras? Why? It is there. Number one. And number two, quality of iron here is better than your quality, your iron. So they came, Sheffield sent their engineers and experts to a study. They studied how our people used to make iron. After studying the technology, then by order, they closed all our smelting plants. They forced us to close our iron making smelting plants. And they took this technology from here and they started making better quality iron and steel. It's all in every field. In the textile, we were the leading. You know, 60 years before Common Era, 60 years before, in when Roman Empire, there was a Chancellor of Exchequer, Finance Minister of Rome, Cicero. Some of you might have heard the name. Cicero, Cicero. Cicero made a budget presentation. Finance minister has to present the budget now. And he said, look, Roman Empire finance is in deep crisis. Because we are importing far more, it is destabilizing our budget. And the reason they said, we have to pay 20 million gold coins every year to India for import of fine quality textile garment for our rich ladies of Roman Empire. 20 million. It was a huge, that was more than 2000 years ago. Now what happened in the period of colonization? We were reduced to poverty, illiteracy, all kinds of things. We must get back to what we were. We were the richest country in the world. We were the most advanced country in science and technology. There is no reason why we cannot get back to that position. And that is the dream and resolve with which we are moving forward. But who will carry out this resolve? It is you people. Because when tomorrow's Bharat is your Bharat, we will all fade away. You guys have to. The choice is, and in fact there is no choice. You cannot just remain, yes, a poor country, developing country. You see in the world what is happening all around? What America has done, you have also seen, I suppose. So, this is how the world is behaving. You cannot afford to be weak. You cannot afford to be poor. You cannot afford to be behind in science and technology, every field, and even in culture. Because when we are growing in science and technology, we are not imitating Europe, we are not imitating West. We must develop with our own identity. That is our culture. Culture which our ancestors for thousands of years have given to us. We must be proud of that. And that is why it is not only science and technology, but even culture is important. That is why the contest is also for culture. So each one of you must remember you have a big responsibility. You are going for the contest for the almost around 50 lakhs all over the country. I suppose 3,000 are being selected. This is what I have been told. From Tamil Nadu, among the 4 lakhs plus less than 100 of you have been chosen. You are all going. You will take part. I wish you the very best. Winning, losing is part of the game. What is important is each one of you is so important. You have to prove yourself wherever you are in your life around. People, the young people around you should look up to you as a model. And a greater responsibility lies on our girls. Because, a country cannot develop, cannot be what it wants if the half the population does not contribute their best. Are you behind the boys in any way? No. You are from university, colleges and all. Whenever I go for convocation and I give medals to the medalists, I find boys wake up. There are far many more number of girls. I find very few boys there. Sometimes I find of the 100, more than 80 are girls. So, you are intelligent, you are hardworking. But unfortunately, after you do your degree, they just get back to home only, many of them. Now that is not it. You must contribute, you must grow in life. You should not just let yourself, be withered away. I often tell when I meet, I don't know whether some of you have heard me talking, because I meet young people when I go and address the students, I talk to them. I tell them one thing, that you are at such an age, you are like seeds of a banyan tree. How many of you have seen the seeds of a banyan tree? Raise your hand. At least one person has seen. Where you guys live? You have not seen it. Go around Raj Bhavan and see there are a lot of banyan trees. And you find sometimes of trees. The seeds are so small, tiny. But within that seed, what is hidden? Giant tree. Isn't it? You will help only when you grow. But what I am saying is, within that seed, tiny looking seed, insignificant looking seed, there is a huge mammoth tree. But if that seed does not germinate, if that seed does not grow, waste. So each one of you must remember that you have potential to grow as a big banyan tree. Grow. And don't let your circumstances constrain you. Say that, what to do, I am coming from a poor background. My father is a laborer. I don't get time to study. Don't tell all these things. Are you getting what I am saying or not? Yes. Because I am not telling an ideal story. I have come from a village. I come from a rural area. I have walked 8 kilometers one way to my school barefoot to go to my school, primary school. I studied in kerosene lamplight, but I did not allow my dream to be small. So, if anyone says, sir, I am poor because I am poor background, I don't have sympathy. No. You fight it out. Being poor is not a constraint. In fact, that gives the fire within you. You must have the fire that I have to overcome it, and you will overcome it. There is no difficulty that you cannot. So each one of you must be an example. I have a data of all of you. Be sure. Once you later on, I will be in touch with some of you. I will find out what are you doing. I don't let things go just like that. Okay. So I will be. You will see me later also. Let this event go on. Fine, perfect. Go. Share your ideas. Take part in it. Interact with Prime Minister. That's a good opportunity. But remember, each one of you have to grow. Grow to the maximum. Don't have a small dream, big dream. Because you will never be larger than your dream. If your dream is to be a small government servant, to get into government job somehow, that's the end of it. Must small. No, don't think small. Think big. You have intelligence, you have age, you have opportunity, you have energy. Now, you guys, if you have to ask anything to me, feel free. Don't think you are talking to a governor. You say, okay, I'll come to you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, before asking a question, so I need to give an appreciation to you that...
Don't give me appreciation.
I just want to tell this to everybody. Right? You had spoke in Tamil, in Kashi, Tamil Sangamam. That event, I just need to tell that. So, a Tamil culture doesn't grow from people who are in the Tamil Nadu speaking it and spreading to everyone. A person from another state or another background who is coming and speaking in Tamil and about Tamil culture is where our Tamil culture and our country's culture grows, sir. And my question is about how can our Indian workforce, the current youth workforce as well as the existing youth workforce can become a very future ready and strong workforce, sir. My question is.
Your youth, you remember, please sit down. Wherever you are studying, you must study something which has a skill, somehow, which you are able to apply. Usable knowledge. Theoretical knowledge, reading, this is not enough today. That is why there is so much thrust on a skill, practical knowledge. Even our engineers, they are linked with industry. You must learn. You may learn a lot of theory. Theory is not going to. You may learn swimming through reading the book, how to weigh your hand, but go into water, you will drown. So, jump into the water. So, you skill wherever you are. Even you are studying humanities, art subject, doesn't matter. Co-opt something which is, let us say, go for, let us say, computer course. Go for some other course, application course, which gives you opportunity. And that is why in the new education policy, the great thrust is on skilling. You have a degree holder engineer, but you do not have a skill, nobody. I talk to industry people here. I ask them, what are your problems? They say, sir, many of our engineers are unemployable. They have a degree, they have a gold medalist, but they do not know how to fix a small problem. So I would prefer a diploma holder, ITI guys who can, if there is electrical problem, they go, I will fix it. This guy only knows theory, he knows nothing. So nobody cares for your theoretical knowledge today. You must learn practical knowledge and knowledge which are relevant today. That is why those of you who are individually, each one of you, depending on whichever place you are studying, if that institution is giving you opportunity, use it. If that institution is not giving you opportunity, try up with some institution which gives you opportunity. Try to get internship scheme. Internship scheme you might be aware of. To take advantage of that also. You look for it. The answer is you must be productive. You must not look upon someone with a helpless, I give a certificate, I have a degree holder, give me a job. Oh, nobody will give. Yeah, come. You are asking something.
Namaste, sir. My name is Gurpreet. Sir, I am a living example of the Ek Bharat that you often speak about in your speeches. I was born and brought up in Delhi, and I am studying engineering in Coimbatore. And I am very proud to say that Tamil Nadu is my Karam Bhumi. And it's an honor that I'll be representing the state in my hometown. So, sir, often I'm studying production engineering. So oftentimes, whenever we talk about technologies, I've been told to look to the West, to the Silicon Valley for their technologies. And often in your speeches, you have emphasized about the decolonialization of the Indian mind. So my question is that how can we develop technologies in the era of AI? How can we develop technologies which are truly Bharatiya and are not a darker version of the Western counterparts? Thank you.
You know, technology is space neutral, country neutral. It is, wherever it is good, we must learn from it. Suppose if there are institutions in the United States of America which are giving good technology, they have advanced technology, and that is the only place where they can, no harm in learning. It's use of technology that creates the problem, how you are using it, ethically and ethically. You know, today, even you mentioned about AI. I tell you, in our own country, there are a lot of people, a lot of young people who are working on AI, frontiers of AI, fundamentals of AI. How to make large language model, how to make these models convenient and conducive to our environment, for our use, because the way you train the model behaves. And if the model is trained in our Indian context, it will be helpful to us. So there are a lot of people who are working. A lot of people here, even our IIT Madras, they have been working. They are working on developing various models. And some of you, those who are interested, I can organize. You can visit and see how it is, how they are working. We have our own Indian companies, technology, tech companies, those who are working on doing fundamental research. I don't know whether you have heard the name of Joho. I'm sure you must have heard. Now they are into the fundamental technology. They are developing it. Now they have developed some of the applications like, Arata, you have heard it. Okay? So various other applications they are doing it. They have to scale it up. They are doing it. But they are very dedicated people who are working. And they can compete with the best in the world. And at a much lower cost than what big companies like Google and Amazon and Apple and all those companies are doing it. They do it at Microsoft and all that. At a much lower cost they are doing it. So today our companies are alert, our academia, our institutions are doing, some of them are still picking up, but some of them are doing very well. So as far as the knowledge is concerned, that technology, suppose if you do not have, it is there in Silicon Valley, let us say. No harm in going and learning the Silicon Valley. Because I said technology is country neutral. It is not that a particular law of the physics operates differently in the United States of America and India, it's the same law. So no harm in learning. So when we say about our, it doesn't mean that nothing learned from the West. It is not the right thing. In technology, science and technology, definitely they are ahead of us. Because we have lost a lot of time, we do not wish to lose any more time. We are moving fast. Our young people are doing phenomenal work in every sector. Be in quantum, be in space, be in nano, be in robotics, and be in AI. AI is a general purpose technology. Like electricity, it can be put to innumerable use. So people are working on it. And young people like you are working on it. Who knows, some of you might be working on it. So yes, it is there. We are. Anyone? Yes, come. Yeah. Somebody has got up before. So wait, you will get a chance. Come. I can hear you. You can raise.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Kapila T.S. from Sadam Engineering College, Chennai. I would like to present a question to you, sir. That what the roles do you see in ethics and civic education is shaping the responsibility of youth, not citizens, youth, us, in Viksit Bharat 2047? Because we, as a seed, as you mentioned, we have innovation, intelligence, and many more. But I think we lack somewhere in ethics. Somewhere we miss the point. The diplomacy is missing due to some constitutional change, maybe the generational change. What is your opinion on it, sir?
Here comes the role of culture. Unfortunately, in our rush to imitate the Western world, we have not only started learning the Western science and technology, but also started imitating the ways of Western life. Now, in America, how does a daughter call the father? No, name. Daughter will call our son. They call name and they feel very happy about it. Some time back, I found an Indian couple who are there in tech field in US. I found their children calling their father and mother by name. Hey Shan, where are you? In fact, when my children were studying, I told them that if your friends call me by name, I will going to hit them. Because I don't like it, Now, here comes the role of family. How our Indian values, where we have lived together, we are not in West. Government knows, state knows how to take care of the child. Imagine, not parents. Parents, if mother or father shouts at the child gives a call to the police station, police comes. That is their problem. That's not something that we have. Unfortunately, our people have started also getting into all this. Our families are breaking. Multi-generation families are very few. People are just breaking nuclear. We have to avoid it. So what you call ethics is not to be taught in school and colleges. You can teach any amount of ethics. It will go from this end, goes to this end. It has to be learned through living life. When in a family, when an elder comes, all the people, the younger people, they get up if they are sitting. Nobody has taught them in any school that you have to get up. Remark of respect. When a child, may not be your child, but the child is having a problem, any elder would intervene and try to help the child. No, living together as a family, though you are not, everybody is not a member of the same biological family. That has been our way of life, that has been our values. That is why in villages, this problem is not in villages, it is more in urban area. In villages, where you have 200, 300 families, 200, 300 households, 500 households, everyone knows every child. If any child is doing something wrong, it is not only his parents will tell, anyone will say, come, no, this is not the way to do it. Collective upbringing. We need to protect that, we need to guard that. So, any amount of ethics class, people say, have a class, have a one period of ethics only. This is something has to be inculcated in our day-to-day life. And it was there, it is only unfortunately that we are forgetting that. In our rush to become like Western children.
First of all, good afternoon, sir. I am Harini Satappan. So my question to you is, where do you envisage our state Tamil Nadu in terms of development 10 years from now on, and what role do you expect in the youth to play in achieving that vision?
10 years hence now, what it will depend on what you guys are doing. If you come up with a mission that I have to take my people and state forward, it will go on. You will start some startup. You will start innovating. You will start giving job. You will start creating product and exporting it, or giving it to the market. You add to the economy. You add employment, generate employment, and it grows. Our state has a huge potential. Our state is a highly industrialized state. As far as standard of education is concerned, we are fairly high. Now we have to make use of it. So how and where the state would be 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, it depends on the generations today. What you Prime Minister, you are all Gen Z or what? You are all Gen Z? You are all Gen Z. Don't worry, Gen Alpha is coming. Soon we will take on you guys. So it all depends on you. And I think we have all the ingredients to be the most promising, the leading state in the whole country. But we have to use that. Because today the whole country is aspirational. You have youth all over the country, they are aspirational. And there is a healthy competition going on all around. So if youth of Tamil Nadu, if they do not grow, if they do not become more productive, then youth of some other state will overtake, you will be behind. It all depends on how you people are, because your fundamentals are sound. We have very good infrastructure, education, health, connectivity, power, in all respect. We are very good. Now, in this atmosphere, it is entirely up to you how you prove yourself. Anyone else? Yes. Let me take from this side. I'm welcome. Yeah, you can even speak. I can hear you.
So very good afternoon, sir. I'm Hina. So my question to you is, how significant it is to figure out a goal and start working towards it by balancing our education and academics with it?
You listen, your goals, each one of you. Please sit down. Your goal and your education, they have to be aligned. There is no question of balancing the two. Your education is a means to achieve your goal. If you have set a goal and if your education is not aligned to fulfill your goal, that education is worthless. Leave it. You must when I said setting goals, you must have a dream. You know, majority of people, they live what is called live life sleepwalking. You live every day after day after day is passed aimlessly. You get up in the morning, okay, you have some breakfast, have some chit chat, move around, have lunch, okay, have play some here and there, then again some gossip, again day is lost. What is there? Biologically, we will keep growing. Each one of us, we are born, we will grow, we will die. It happens. So, bulk of people, majority of people, their life is sleepwalking, what I call. You are walking aimlessly. Sleepwalking means what? Walking aimlessly. That's not worth, it's not worth it. So you must have a goal, and this is the time when you must have a goal. Set in your mind. You don't have to make it public, what is my goal is. But set a goal, this is what I will be in my life. And put your heart and soul behind it. Nothing else. When I was in the village, as a young school student, my goal was to be an astronaut. I wanted to go to the stars. That is why I studied physics, astrophysics. Well, it so happened that I landed up in administration. That's a different matter, but I have no regret. But nevertheless, the dream was not to be confined there, to get some class 2, class 3 job here and there. No, my dream was to reach the sky. And so I studied science, I studied mathematics, I studied physics, I pursued my master's in physics. So it's all because of the goal. You have to have a goal and you have to set the goal. All that I am telling you is, don't set a small goal. Because your goal is small, it will be only. As I said, you will never grow bigger than your dream. Okay. Anyone else? Come.
Currently pursuing MTech in software engineering. Sir, last time also I went to Delhi as a participant. So when I came here last time for flag off ceremony, you insisted us to focus on our fitness, and I followed your words, but I struggled with consistency. So could you please guide us to how to remain consistent, motivated and disciplined in work we undertake?
Thank you. You know, consider please. Unless you are steady, unless you persevere, unless you remain firm up, you will not get what you are looking for. Physical fitness is one part of it, and which I insist on everyone. You must take care of your health. Because we human beings, we are body and intellect, mind. Your body and mind both, intellectually you grow, but at the same time your body must be fit. So take care of your health. For all these you need to be consistent. And the only way, which I have realized it, make it as a habit. For example, if I don't do yoga, I feel there is something lost. My energy level is down. I don't feel comfortable. But it hasn't happened overnight. It has happened right from my young days, school, college days, I have been doing it. It becomes a habit. Getting up in the morning at a time is a habit. You develop it so that you don't have feel, oh, 6 o'clock, one more hour I should sleep. No, that's not. You must realize that you must sleep adequately. You must say, okay, this is the time when I will hit the bed, this is the time I will wake up. And use my time properly. Proper utilization of time. Because time will not stop for you. There is an old saying that time and tide doesn't wait for anyone, don't wait for anyone. It doesn't wait. Someday you will find you are grown up, you are elderly and all that, but time has gone. So, having set the goal, make proper utilization of the time and develop it as a habit. And you will find after some time, initially you will find you have to make effort for it. Okay? Later you will find it becomes normal. I think many times, find some of the young people, ask me, sir, you did 50 push-ups. It happens, I do it every day. It's not that I do it one day. It hasn't happened in one day. Doing 50 push-ups is not a big deal for me. But it's not that one day I started, I did it. You make it a habit. Yes, somebody from that.
So good afternoon, sir. I'm Doordarshan from TamilNews Agriculture University. Sir, I have only 2 questions. Sir, in most of in the rural areas, most of them are farmers because they are having the small land areas, and from that the mechanization is very poor, sir, because of the small landing areas. So in India, average only 1 to 2% is only post-harvest practices are done, and 40% is properly stored. Like pickling, manuring, that like the post-harvest product have been done in the at least 1 to 2%. So my thing is that if we have to become our India will be more developer, we have to give the product in the last stage without any spoilage. We have to build a cottage industries in every village, every district to support the farmers. So in a small farmers it is very difficult, sir. So how it will be initiative to taken by the government or any NGOs?
Yeah. First of all, you should realize that today reality is that we have a large number of people living on farm. Okay? But this need not be a very happy situation. So many people need not be on the farm. Because after all, farm has a limitation. You can modernize the farm. You can have the larger output because through scientific technique and all. But agriculture is essential, it's like air. Without food you can't survive. But at the same time, you cannot just survive only by air. So food, if for young people like you say, how many people are there, what percentage of population is in agriculture in USA? Do you know? Can anyone say? The number of US population engaged in agriculture, it is less than 4%. Less than 4%. 96% plus people are not in agriculture. Because that many people are enough to produce. Because of large land holding, mechanization and all that. We cannot replicate that. For us, we have a small farm, a small average farm hold is about 1 hectare or so. 2 acres, 1.5, 2 acres is the small farm. So, as we are industrializing more and more, our farming population is reducing. Today in our state, we have less than 50% of people who are in farming. More and more people are going in service, industries, sector and all. So this movement will happen. You as a young people, if you are interested in farming, then dream big. I tell you a story. Down in south, in Ramnathpuram, I visited a young couple, they are in the farming. They do this natural farming. This area, South Tamil Nadu, is water starved. You have a water scarcity. You don't have much water. So what this person started doing 10 years ago, he bought a large piece of land, which is very cheap, and started doing on that natural farming of millets. Millets don't need much water. And conservation method, they put also one Goshala, where they have about almost 40-45 cows. So their cow dung, cow urine and all using in the land. Today, that young couple, and they are from IIT by the way, their father started, they got into it. They are from IIT Madras. They have engaged, as of today, more than 50 people who are living on this land. They are producing products and exporting it. So if you are interested in farming, other day, last month, November 19, organic farmers, natural farmers of Tamil Nadu, they had a 3 days convention in Coimbatore. Prime Minister had come. We found many engineers, they have moved to farming. Qualified engineers working somewhere, they have moved to farming. But their farming is not 1 acre, 2 acre. They work on a larger scale. Okay, we'll do it on big. So gradually, for the small farmers, they are our people, their income has to grow, we have to provide a lot of things, cooperation, forming of cooperative societies and other ways so that input cost is reduced, how to have the more and more productivity. All those events, all those efforts are going on. But at the same time, there are people, two sets of people, one set of young people who are going to farming, but going to natural farming, organic farming. And they are doing very well. They are moving to other areas of economy. Yes.
Last question.
Jai Hind, sir.
I will one more to her.
Jai Hind, sir.
Okay, I'll come. Okay, fine.
Jai Hind, sir. My name is Sujay Krishna. So our state, Tamil Nadu, has stand in we are in the top of innovation and infrastructure, and we are growing so much, sir. So what are the new fields where we need to focus on to give more development? Like there are few fields such as food tech, agro tech, and deep tech. We need to. What are all the new areas we need to explore, sir?
Siddha. Other day you might have read in the newspaper, we have the largest innovation because we have a patent office in Chennai. But this patent office does not only for Tamil Nadu. This patent for almost the entire South. So people doing researches, innovation in Bangalore also get it registered here only. So don't get by carried that we are having the largest patent. It is not. We are doing very well, but don't be carried away by that figure. It is because we have an office here, which comes zonal office. It covers the entire South region. That is the number inflates. That is one. Number two. Yes, we are doing well. Whichever area. When you said, you mentioned all these, but you know how important and how deep. You talked about deep tech. Now, deep tech is not very easy. Deep tech, we are still struggling. We have started very long. Even if you say, large language model, developing the large language model. Now, it is not a simple technology. Creating the algorithm, creating the metrics, it needs a lot of deep thinking. So every field, there is nano. Now, you know what is nano? 10 to the power? -9. And there are people who are going to the pico. What is pico? -12. So they are going for that. So in this technology, a lot of things are happening. So every field, there is a lot of scope for further innovation. Robotics, intelligent robotics, how you are making it. Imagine when they have, nano robots. Imagine the day when you have nano robots roaming around. All you are not able to see, but they can get into your head and manipulate your system. So there is a lot of things. There is no end to it. I'll come to you. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Akalya from Veterinary College and Research Institute, Vartanad. As you said, sir, you have done your Masters in Physics and you served the country as an IPS officer. So what was the main driving force and your inspiration for this transition from the science background to the public administration?
This was purely personal. Sit down. It was purely personal because I was in UK, I was in London, and my mother, I had lost my father. I am the youngest of my parents, children. So I was all the time, I was missing my mother. I wanted to come home and just spend time. So how do I come home? I must get a job. So I wrote the UPSC examination. I got selected. I came. I spent time with my mother. And then the line trajectory changed. From astrophysics, I came to administration. But no regret. It is again a wonderful opportunity, I got it. So it was purely personal. Yes, you were asking. No, I don't know.
So Namaste sir, I'm Abhinya Muraj and I come from Tirupati district. So the question that I want to throw light on is about one of the core sections of the society, that is the women. Even our goal towards becoming Viksit Bharat as Mahila, women as one of its core pillars. And the statistics speaks out that women make up 43% in the STEM education, 80% towards the healthcare, and we have a positive literacy rate. And we also have a statement like India has taken a dynamic shift from women's development to women-led development. Are we really witnessing women-led development, and can you share your perspective on it, sir?
Look, women-led development is our goal. Women-led development is our goal. It doesn't mean that we have achieved that goal, but the journey is on. If you see today women in workforce at various levels, at the junior level, at the senior level, at the top level, we can see today more and more women coming in different positions. For a very long time, we talked about women empowerment, but we did not create conducive atmosphere for women to be empowered. Simple example. We wanted women to be educated, but we did not build adequate girl toilets in schools and colleges. How can it possible? We want women to be healthy, but we did not build toilets in every home. You know what was the till in 2014, almost 60% of India's household had no toilet. Almost 60% of our people used to go for open defecation. It has a health issue. It has a public safety issue. And women are the worst victims. We kept talking about women empowerment, but we did not create that basic atmosphere, essential atmosphere. Not only in villages, in city. I'm telling you, I was in Delhi working at the time. In the central secretariat where you have home minister, finance minister sitting, in the home ministry, I had an American delegation. We had a meeting, long meeting. There were some women. They wanted to go to the toilet. We didn't know where was the women's toilet. Can you imagine? Such a seat of administration, there was no. So that was, now the basics are being addressed. Yes, you create those conditions conducive so that women come up. Remove the barriers. Like the last barrier was defense forces. Today, our daughters are flying what? Fighter bombers. Earlier they were in health sector, okay, doctor, nurses. What? Today, war is a game of intelligence, mind, machines do that. For flying a bomber aircraft, fighter aircraft, women can as well fly as men. They are doing it. So we are all women understanding women's problem. Men thought that they understand women's problem. But that's a very wrong, erroneous notion. Men don't understand women's problem. So to understand women's problem, even in the legislation, in the assembly, in the parliament, we must have adequate number of women representation. That is why an act was passed in the parliament, Nari Avinandan, Adhiniyam, which says that 33% of seats in the parliament and the state assembly will be reserved for the women. Now, it will force political parties to have more and more women cadres, and women cadres will create the pipeline. It won't happen tomorrow, but it will happen day after. Because when you have made as a law that 33% have to be women, then every political party has to find women candidates. So they will start giving it. So you will have a pipeline. So when we say women-led development, now we are on a journey and we will achieve it. I have no doubt about it. And you also should not have any doubt about it. And a lot depends on you people. You, when after your studies, how you perform, how you conduct yourself. If you go back home and just become a homemaker is not a less job, it's a very responsible job. But certainly it is, you are at a suboptimal level. If you are able to do much more, then why to stop at that? Why not? So it is all for all of you, and you should be the role model wherever you are. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.